Hello and welcome to the first live broadcast of the 2020 Clash of Clans World Championship qualifiers.
It's this next matchup.
I will take that, Woody. I will take that, of course. You know what? You are the... For our next matchup, it is Hammer taking on Capinaliset.
Yep, and we have the first attack coming in with the Mass E-Dragons here, and there are those lightning spells, the two of them going to be used with the multi-target Inferno, and the Town Hall is all the way in the core of this base, and it looking like trying to at least defend against it. Let's see if these E-Dragons are going to fly their way all the way around, and he's setting up the funnels with the King up top, freezing that Eagle and multi-target Inferno. He's just going to push his way through the core. Lighting is that sweeper, so he won't get pushed back, and the Queen actually is going to make her way to the Eagle Artillery.
Yeah, kind of interesting that he didn't drop all the lightning spells right off the bat there, but I think he still got the job done with what he was holding on to. Mass E-Drags are storming through the space now, chaining lightning all around and going straight for the Town Hall. Now that's going to be the easy 2-star that he was looking for, and most of these Electro Dragons are still quite healthy, Carbon Fin. This attack could potentially go really far, but the big threat on the backside is still going to be that Archer Queen, the single target Inferno, and another air defense that they've yet to engage.
Yeah, and he does freeze up the enemy Queen. The Royal Champion's coming in over towards 3 o'clock there. That single target Inferno is doing some massive work, and down goes the air defense. Hang on, does he have enough E-Dragons to push his way around? The Royal Champion finally goes down. We do have a multi-target and air expo up top with about a minute and a half left. It's going to come down to time on this one. It's not looking too bad. Hopefully he doesn't find any sinking air mines, and as I say, he finds one. Oh, no.
Those sinking air mines dish out a ton of single target damage, and these Electro Dragons don't like to see them on the backside, but hold on, because I still think that they've got a solid shot at making this 3-star happen. They move pretty slowly, but as we know, slow and steady wins the race. Over a minute left for Will Halen to finish this cleanup, and only 10% of the buildings left. Keep in mind also that these Electro Dragons are going to have chain lightning onto multiple buildings at a time, so even though they've got to pass through a lot of targets, that splash damage should help them catch up pace. Now, I'm taking a look at the rest of the base, and I only see that multi-target Inferno and the Expo over there as potential threats to their domination. I don't know. That sinking air mine's gonna hurt, but not enough to kill the Electro Dragon just yet. 2 more on the back end. It's looking like 3 stars is still possible, Carbon.
Yeah, finds another sinking air mine. It's gonna come down to this one E-Drag right here. Can it get the chain? And down goes, there it is! The 3-star locks it up. Beautiful, gets it done. Yeah, Miso is looking to come in with the hybrid. We're seeing quite a bit of hybrid. Only 4 healers in this composition and taking 20 miners. That's a lot of miners. So mainly it's just going to be kind of like a Queen Charge miner attack with some hogs to kind of sprinkle in there, maybe to kind of defend when the Royal Champion moves in or the Grand Win. They don't get targeted by the single, because remember, miners go under the ground, and if you move the Royal Champion in with miners, usually the single or some other defense could lock onto the Royal Champion, and that could be super devastating, while the hogs will act as a tank kind of distraction so the RC never gets hit. Usually that's why it's really nice to use hybrid, but we have a lot of use cases for a lot of different troops here in this new meta, and the Witch is just outside this poison spell, but that one Witch shouldn't stall up this Queen too much. You'll be able to get through and one-shot her and take her down.
Boom, she's finished off. Now take a look at the layout for this base. It's a relatively densely compacted setup, not quite as spread out as we've seen in previous setups. That should play to the advantage of these miners. Having to burrow underneath these walls can be a little bit annoying when buildings are really far spread out, so the compactness of this base should play well to Miso's attack. He's moving in now with this hybrid hit in the bottom left corner, going straight for that Town Hall to claim the early 1-star to start things off. Barbarian King along the outer edge is going to help provide some additional funneling support for this hit. We're moving into the later stage of this attack, though. Keep an eye out for those single target Infernos. They can deal a ton of damage to the Archer Queen. She's got to keep out of range if she wants to have a chance at winning. I think that the hybrid, though, is going to be able to take the first one down, and the backside isn't looking too much of a trouble for Miso. We might see back-to-back 3-star hits here, Carbon.
Yeah, this is looking really good. Remember, the Tornado Trap doesn't affect the miners, but the single is taking those miners down and still standing. Can it go down? The Hogs work on the single target. stays up right there, and the queen is in the core. Ground skeletons pop, singles on both sides of this queen with her ability and still intact, but everything's getting picked off here. Unfortunately, gonna force that queen ability to be used. Oh man, I don't know if he's gonna have enough for that single there. It's gonna do a lot of work. The warden's gonna go down here.
He pops the Archer Queen ability to try to protect that queen. So many archers start to surround her, but because she has a longer range, she's actually going into that top left compartment while the rest of the archers were kind of going into the bottom section. Thankfully, that Grand Warden is going to stay just out of range a little bit longer to protect the rest of these troops and try to get them through this wall. But man, this is really coming down to the wire, and I don't know if they've got enough to make it through that last compartment. We were saying that these buildings being relatively compacted would make it a little bit easier for them to get finished off, but I think that just a few hit points on that Inferno Tower might be the difference between 3 stars and this really high percentage 2-star hit, Carbon.
What is that Wooden doing? He's beating on a wall right there, and finally it goes down. He should have switched off of the wall to help clear some of these buildings. It's gonna take down the Archer Tower there, but unfortunately with that single target Inferno still standing, it's going to be the defense. Very nice try from Miso of Hama.
Back to Capinales set with another chance to pull even further ahead for this Finnish squad. It's going to be up to Sir Keduzin. He's been trying to keep up with the changes in the game, and so we'll see if he makes use of these super witches to get the 3-star he's aiming for. Lots of earthquake spells right into the interior. It's going to make it very easy for those big boys to path around the defensive structures. Starting off with a Warden Walk in the top left side, he's going to be funneling with some additional troops over on that bottom left, using that Siege Barracks and Barbarian King to smash through, but all the healers are going to stay right next to the Grand Warden to support this Super Wish push, leveraging a jump spell to get into the first layer of walls.
Yep, investing a jump spell, not taking any wall breakers for here. Remember, there is the walls around this cannon, because if you drop wall breakers over there, they would target the mortar unless the mortar was taken out. Then they would break inside the core. But he decides, let's take it, go with the jump, make sure we get everything straight in. Pulls a Seeking Air Mine, pulls another one, and he does finally pop the Grand War Internal Tome. There is so many Seeking Air Mines right over this town hall. There comes the defending clan castle, drops the poison, and out comes some Yetis from that Siege Barracks. Still has the King ability to use on the outside, and he's waiting to drop this Royal Champion somewhere, and finally drops it towards the bottom side where that Wizard Tower is.
Defending Royal Champion wanders just out of range and won't start to engage these troops just yet. She's frozen up, but they're not going to be able to target onto her until she starts to throw that spear. There we go. We're going to finally get an engagement over there on the top side. Attacking Archer Queen will be able to pop down both of those enemy heroes, but those troops are starting to spread out an awful lot on the bottom side of the space. The multi-target Inferno is roasting these witches and dealing a ton of damage to this attack. I don't know how much longer Sir Keduzin can stay in it with only just one Super Witch now down at the bottom, supported by a Royal Champion who has been obliterated by this Barbarian King.
Yeah, unfortunately, the healers died off super quick. There's a bunch of sneaking air mines right over the town hall. This queen is getting slowed down by the king, and now it's just a matter of trying to get a little bit more percentage. And down goes the Super Witch, the final big boy standing, gonna go down, drops the balloon, and it's looking like it's gonna finish just past the 70% mark right there for the 2-star. So they're gonna have to be looking to see, hopefully Hama doesn't get almost every attack has seemed like a different one, and just the skill of these players, they can adapt to the base, and we're gonna see the Zap Hogs come taking out the Eagle Artillery and the Clan Castle. It's these base designs that they are taking advantage of. Very nice job.
Death from above. The spells are dropped and 2 key defensive structures have been neutralized. Rango is well known on his team for being the strongest attacker on this squad with the greatest chance at getting that 3-star comeback for Hama. If he does pull off a 3-star here, that will put them in the percentage destruction lead, and with a tie in stars will be in a great spot to pull ahead with a victory over Capinales set. But they've got 40 Hog Riders in this comp and only 2 heal spells to make it all the way through this base. So a big investment early on with those destructive spells to take out that top compartment. I'm also noticing 3 headhunters in this army composition to help try to deal with that Royal Champion down on the backside. But they're going to have to pass through a lot of defenses to get to her, Carbon Fin.
Yeah, look at this OP value from the heroes and just the lightning spell. He still has, it's like he's almost taking down half the base with just this initial part. And now here comes all the hogs. Get ready for the blimp to go for the town hall. He's going to pop this Grand Warden Eternal Tome to protect everything. Down the queen goes, and get ready to pop that Warden ability. Oh no, he's waiting. He's just going to let the blimp go on its own. He's going to save onto the ability here with one freeze left to use.
Dropping those troops directly onto the town hall. They're going to start swinging away for that first star, but it is really burning up these attackers pretty quickly here. They're going to dodge that big bomb coming out on the back end. Those looks like goblins were in that battle blimp, interestingly enough, or super goblins, in fact.
Wow.
But yeah, keeping the pressure up now with these balloons floating overhead to try to help these hog riders. They're looking very healthy, and there's not a whole lot of splash damage on the backside to threaten Rango's attacking forces. I think Hama is about to pull ahead, Carbon.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful job. I would have popped my Grand Warden ability early, and that would have, my raid probably would have failed because you saw the bomb tower and the giant bomb scatter would have absolutely shredded through all the hogs. But because he saved the Warden Eternal Tome and used it at that specific part, he was able to keep the hogs alive, and it's going to be an overwhelming 3-star right here. He risked it, and it turned out to be a 3-star. So really a nice job. Beautiful attack for Hama right here.
What an absolutely expert showcase there, that Capanella set defense. And now we know that it's a percentage race because now we're even on stars. So it just goes to show how every percentage counts in this war. Isn't that right, Woody?
Sure is. Let's take a look at the replay now as we get to see those hog riders storming through this place, obliterating these defenses with massive hammer strikes. With a 97.5% overall destruction. Going to be difficult for Capanella set to beat them on the overall destruction. Probably going to have to focus on getting the triple somewhere around here, Carbon.
Yeah, absolutely. He's going to have to look to try to answer with the Yeti Smash here. Does have some sneaky goblins to help pretty much set the funnel to make sure he's going to get these Yetis and boulders to charge directly into the core of the base. So it does look like he has 2 jumps to jump his way right through. Maybe a Siege Barracks comes towards the 9 o'clock section to help clear that while the Yeti's boulders go down south. And the enemy queen is all the way up there next to the multi-target Inferno. Here's some bowlers, and there's the enemy king protecting this area a little bit, but he's taking his time. You always have to worry about that because if he doesn't have enough cleanup on the outside, oh no, he's gonna put the siege barracks towards 3, towards the single target Inferno. And then hogs most likely will come out of here, but he's got to charge through. We got to make sure that this Grand Warden ability is perfectly timed to protect these bowlers.
They're moving in with the main stage of this attack, pulling out that CC, and it's going to be a lot of damage dished out by these goblins. They're storming through, and it looks like there's a couple of headhunters in there as well, trying to focus onto that Archer Queen. She's boosted up with that Grand Warden Eternal Tome, though, so she'll stay well protected with a poison spell to help boost her attack into the center of the space. Lots of Yeti mites bouncing all over the place, but that multi-target Inferno double time on the backside, dealing a ton of damage to this force, and boom, a giant bomb going up right where Levo didn't want to see it. This is still a potential 3-star just off the backs of how hard and fast he's hitting, but those defenses are firing away strong. He needs to get into this left side compartment fast, Carbon Fin.
Yeah, he needs to take that Eagle Artillery down. There is a scatter shot still standing up top, and unfortunately, it looks like a lot of these Yetis are dying off. Some of them on the top side beating through the wall there, and the Queen does not have the jump ability. There's her ability. She goes down, and unfortunately not able to take down some of those defenses. And the Royal Champ is going to get taken out towards the top side here. Very nice try. Has the Baby Dragon and Minion up top. And at this point, he's looking to just grab the percent. But a lot of the troops ran off and didn't take down that Eagle Artillery quick enough. And it just cost him right there. Nice attempt. But Yurik's base is going to hold here.
Royal Champ looking like a royal chump, unable to take down those defenses at the left side and coming in just a bit too late to protect the Yetis through their main attack through this space. Still has got a nice bit of cleanup along the outer edges, as you noticed there, and that'll keep Capanella set in the game, buffing up their percentage damage overall past the 80% mark, but still, we're gonna need a 3-star at some point, Carbon Fin. These 2-star hits are not gonna be enough to give Capanella set the edge over a Hama team. These hippopotamuses just chomping through the competition right now.
Yeah, absolutely. They need to get the 3-star because it's all tied up on triples. So we've seen the other wars that it comes down to the tiebreaker, and it's come down to the triples that have just been able to edge out the victories here. And there we go. It is going to be the
in this war that could give Captain Alice to stage a comeback, but not if Giovanni's got anything to say about it. He's running that hybrid army comp once again, bringing a couple of heal spells to bolster this push with a queen charge into the bottom corner. I'm seeing 2 single target Infernos. Didn't catch what the third one was up top, but that bodes pretty well for a hybrid hit. They don't have to worry too much about the splash damage getting dished out there. What you got to worry about, though, is that center compartment with its clan castle, eagle artillery, and 2 scatter shots. You are really going to have to pierce deep into the space early on if you want to have any shot at a 3-star.
Absolutely here. It does drop the blim. The biggest worry that I was going to say was hopefully these healers don't transfer off, but the queen was taking damage, so it's perfectly fine there. Drops the poison. Very easy CC to take care of with nothing on the queen. Depends on which way she's going to walk because it is a symmetrical base here. And the queen, I mean, she could either walk to the right, probably maybe to the right. There's the storage over there. But for all I know, she's going to take it the other way around. He's going to react here, and she does go to the left. I mean, this is why I personally don't do the most queen charges, because the queen is going to go her own way. Then you just got to react on the symmetrical bases, which gives you a really good opportunity. And he still has the king to use. Hybrid usually will have to come right in between, but let's see.
Yeah, taking a minute to notice where these super wall breakers are going to be cracking in. They're going to definitely give some good help to this Archer Queen trying to make her way into that center compartment with the hybrid army now attacking Grand Warden to back them up on the top left side. All you got to really worry about is that center compartment. Everything else along the outer edges is just kind of the icing on the cake. The super wall breakers are starting to roll in. If they hit a bomb, it could be a little bit of trouble here, but it looks like they have no difficulty whatsoever, rolling straight into the center compartment. That hybrid army is just looking like a snack, chewing through these defenses, and Sir Kedusin is in a ton of trouble, Carmen.
Yeah, he freezes the scatter shot and the expo there, and the queen is working on the enemy king off, probably for, no, she saved onto her ability. Royal Champ has her ability as well with one more freeze to use. Is he going to have just enough here to take it down? Keep your eye on that single target Inferno all the way on the top side of the base. Pops her ability here, but it looks like she's going to be just getting taken down. These miners and the hogs just did not have enough, and we do have the headhunter now cleaning up. He does have one more super wall breaker to use with queen ability. It's going to come down to time. He might just be able to pull this one off and get the 3-star, Woody, if he's got that time on his side.
I don't know. That single target Inferno in the top compartment is looking pretty deadly. I think if the hybrid army had been able to take it down, there might be a chance to pull this thing off, but Giovanni's got a lot of trouble ahead of him. He'll need to nuke that single target Inferno very quickly. He's actually already spent that Archer Queen ability just trying to get them onto target. The super wall breaker makes it in, actually cracks through. That could be all the difference for all the marbles. Charge in, Giovanni. 3, 2, 1. Dump the firepower. It's in a 100% 3-star.
Oh,
Just managing to bring in that 100% 3-star for Hammer. Isn't that right, Carbon?
yeah, we saw it right there. We saw earlier in the day when it was just barely getting a triple, and it happens again by the last second. Beautiful job saving onto that super wall breaker for the top single target Inferno right there. Gets it done. If he didn't have that.
Need a mostly and without a second to spare, another super tight attack by Hama. Well-deserved 3.
Yeah, and now we have the next attack, which we're seeing the witches coming in. More of them. 5 super witches. We've got a siege barracks double jump to jump his way straight through on Giovanni's base, and let's see, king and siege barracks being used on the very beginning. Oh no, a ground skeleton is gonna do some massive work here to the P.E.K.K.A. as long as, and the wizards help take it down. And there is this Tesla farm. Hopefully he can take this down and send these super witches straight moving into the core to that town hall. Oh, one of them is going to decide to move all the way to the top side. Dropped a little bit too high there, but the P.E.K.K.A. goes down. Hopefully it's enough to set this funnel.
Yeah, that one Super Witch up top is going to be sorely missed in the main stage of this attack, drilling into the base. We're going to get some Hog Riders popping out of the Clan Castle now to support the rest of this attack. Interesting that we didn't even see a Siege Machine being used. Or actually, I guess there was a Siege Barrack earlier on that I missed popping down over on the bottom side to help support the funnel and give those Hogs a little bit of a pathway into the base. Archer Queen's going to get help out from those healers to keep her on path for destruction. Super Witches are taking a little bit of damage. They're charging out a bit further than I would really hope. Scattershot is getting some splash damage on them, but I think that they're still going to be able to hold up. I'm keeping an eye on this Eagle Artillery down on the bottom, though, Carbon Fin. I don't know what's going to be able to take it out. It's going to deal a ton of damage to this raid, and I don't know if it's got the legs to make it all the way to the finish line.
Yeah, unfortunately, with that Eagle and Scattershot still standing right in the core, and we have 2 single target and the enemy Queen so much still standing in the space here. It's going to be a matter of the Queen and some of these Witches walking around the edge of the base, getting the percentage here. But with Hama, with their 3 stars, is looking really good, and they're walking away. We're going to have to see if they can keep up that momentum. But this is going to be the percentage right here, and not just going to be able to get it. Let's see, 56 seconds. And the Grand Warden is actually working on that single target Inferno with the Super Witch there, but no way to get this Queen into the core with a single target defending.
Yeah, that single target Inferno staring down those attackers like the Eye of Sauron, heating up and burning them down. He's got only 8% damage left to deal to this base, but he's got some of the biggest, heaviest defenses still yet to go through, and he's out of heals. He doesn't have anything but his Archer Queen ability left on the back end, and he's already popping it now, trying to keep his heroes safe and out of the path of this single target Inferno, but crucially is missing that super wall breaker, and without any way to crack into this last compartment, I think he's going to have to be satisfied with 97%. There's no way to get any more.
Yeah, Copenhagen is looking to try to get the triples, but this one just gonna fall 3% short right here. Very nice try with the Super Witches. Bahamut.
Just defense here. It's going to be a tricky call. PSH is going to be the next attacker for Hama. He's going to be coming in with Yetis. As long as he gets this 2-star, he's doing his job, and I don't really see much of any way for Copenhagen to challenge, especially since even if they get a 3-star, they would still very likely be behind the percentage destruction race against Hama, which has put almost 3 stars back to back to back and kept their overall destruction average at 98.3%. One of the highest we've seen so far in any World Championship qualifier.
Yeah, absolutely. And Copenhagen is looking to get a 1-star defense, which we do not expect, but it's possible. It's definitely happened before, and we'll have to see with this Yeti Boa Bat is going to be coming in. The 6 Yetis, 6 bowlers, and with these bat spells to be used wherever those splash damage are not. But this Grand Warden taking his time here to take out this air defense, and then he's going to charge these Yetis bowlers in. Does have a blimp, which we might to see if he's going to pair the blimp up with the Warden Eternal Tome. And let's see, the Super Wall Breaker does not get into that core to open up that Scattershot compartment. Oh, we'll have to see. He's got to drop another one to make sure that opens.
Yeah, that Grand Warden's taking quite a bit of fire, but with the healers stacked right on top of him, he should be able to get right back up and into the fight. Enemy Archer Queen's going to fire away at those Yetis, and a massive giant bomb explodes right where PSH's forces were to keep the firepower up now against a CC storming out with a Giga Inferno burning up these troops. Defenses from Yent are looking pretty strong here, Carbon.
Yeah, that Town Hall is going to go down here. Let's see. Sneaky Goblins take it down, and he really wanted these bowlers to be in the core of that base to help provide a lot of skip value, but the Yetis and bowlers got taken out super quick. But don't count this raid out just yet. This Queen, this Royal Champion can do some massive work, and he still has bats to use, and he's waiting to use the bats until the Eagle Artillery went down so it didn't target onto them.
Where did the army go, Carbon Fin? They just got obliterated right there in the core of the base. They're swooping around the exterior now, but only just barely have half of these defensive structures down and only 45 seconds left. I kind of wonder, what was PSH's plan? How was this supposed to come together? He's got a lot of cleanup left to do, and I guess credit to him, he's been able to deal with pretty much all of the defensive structures, but he's running low on time.
Yeah.
And I don't know. 3 stars is going to be, I think, out of reach for him this time, Carbon.
Yeah, it's just about time at this moment. He needed to get those bats down a little bit earlier. There is the Wizard Tower down south at 6, who's saving onto the Giant for it. The Ice Golem ends up freezing and dying off there, but he's going to have enough to get all the defenses down, but it's going to be time. And unfortunately, he's going to fall short just because of that. Oh, man. Very nice attack. Got a lot of value through that charge, but just not enough time to finish it off.
The worst attack that we've seen from Hammer, even though it's still a 92% 2-star. So Capanaliset are really going to have to dig deep and, you know, going to have to show what they've got because it's still not completely over. Wait, is it completely over? Woody, is it completely over?
Well, Capanaliset...
The Mass E-Drex as well, which did 3-star for them earlier in this war, the very first attack to set the tone, and now using those lightnings right into the core of that base and to help direct it and take out that sweeper. And we'll have to see minions around the edges. We do have 2 ground expos, 2 air expos, and it looks like we find a Tesla farm up top as well, Woody.
Yeah, spread out Electro Dragons looking like a beautiful spread here. I'd like to take a bite out of that buffet, but Yent has got other plans in mind. Sticking his Grand Warden right in the very top tip corner. He's going to be sending them in to support this aerial assault, but not really able to cover too many of these attacking troops at the same time. He's going to be losing one of his Electro Dragons, wandering out to the left side edge of the space. Will get a pretty quick lock onto this Town Hall, though, and looking for that first star. But remember, he needs 3 to keep Capanaliset in contention.
Wow, I don't know if you saw that, Woody, there, but the Headhunter went directly for that Grand Warden and forced the Warden ability because the E-Drex were not able to take that Headhunter out. Freezes the bottom single target Inferno over to the right, and looks like they're dying off, sends the heroes all the way finally now with that Stone Slammer towards that left side. But that Grand Warden with his early ability lost the protection for those E-Drex over the Town Hall.
Electro Dragons picking up a 3-star in the first attack of this war, but seems like they're going to be the weakest hit of any attack in this 5th and final strike from Capanaliset. Yent is just slamming his head against the wall, not able to keep that Grand Warden protecting the Electro Dragons, which seem to just be going a bit too slow, not finding the lightning bounce value that they really needed to justify this attack. So good effort from Yent, but still falling short of the 3 stars that Capanaliset needed, and they'll be hoping and praying that Hama somehow just completely fall flat on their face with the last attack. All Hama will need is a very reliable 2-star hit to pull off the victory.
Yeah, any 2-star hit right there for Hama will be the victory. And even, I mean, it depends on 1-star and high percentage should be it because they have the percent as well. And leaving this Eagle up and the multi-target Inferno, it all comes down to Hama with their final attack to take this one. Very nice try with those ejects, but we're seeing the power counter to them if they're going straight for that Grand Warden. And if you don't take that out quickly, your Warden ability will be activated automatically because if he's going to lose his health that fast, it's just so hard to stop.
And an Inferno Dragon burning up the attacking Electro Dragon. I gotta say, if you're playing in competitive wars, you gotta. So let's take a look at the final attack from this war. Just needs to get the 2 stars, and the Korean team will advance.
Yeah, Yurik is coming in with that blimp in the very beginning, drops some balloons to test for Seeking Air Mines, takes down the Archer Tower. We're going to see this raid spell, and they're going to look to try to take down all this Valley, including pull out the Clan Castle and grab that enemy Queen. Wait a second, can he grab this Eagle Artillery? He skips, and the Eagle goes down. What an incredible value with that blimp. Wow, beautiful identification from Yurik right there.
Great read, and he's going to be paid off really highly for this. Nice snipe early on this Clan Castle. This Queen charge is going to go deep into the base. I see 3 single target Infernos, so of course Hog Riders aren't going to have too much trouble with that, and he has gone for a spell comp that's going to be heavy on heals. 3 of them in this setup should give them lots of wiggle room to path through this base. You see a big chunk bitten out of the bottom left corner of Kike's base. That's going to give Urek a lot of room to decide which angle of attack he wants to go on. And importantly, when you take out so many defenses, you're allowing your Hog Riders to attack the minimum number of necessary enemy targets. You don't want them taking any more damage than they have to, especially from splash structures like those wizard towers. And with the Eagle Artillery already gone, I think Urek is set up really well to get the 3 here, Carbon.
Yeah, absolutely. He's going to have to force that Queen ability here. She can reach this Town Hall, but watch out. This Town Hall is going to do a massive amount of work that you don't expect because of these sweepers. I don't know if this Town Hall will be able to go down to the Queen. Let's see. Will she be able to have just enough? The Town Hall is doing some work. Healers are trying to keep her alive. It's going to be close to the Town Hall. Just go. Oh! I told you. Oh, no. Wow.
That Archer Queen
the Town Hall
used
stays.
Bit late against that single target Inferno, burnt her all the way down, and with a big chunk of her hit points taken out, Urek was not able to finish off that Town Hall. Really tricky spot now as he's moving in with the Hog Riders in the bottom corner. He's not going straight for that Town Hall and is forced to drop that Royal Champion over on the top side instead. But with that going down, he does have the 2 stars, and Hama will be victorious in this war, advancing over Kapinalaset with a smashing performance in this last attack, which still has got a chance to be a 3-star hit, Carbon.
Absolutely. He's got a bunch of ground skellies that have popped up and took out a majority of these Hog Riders. The RC has her ability. Let's see if she's going to use it right here. Is he hanging on for the final seconds? I think that's looking like what he's going to do, but we have the... Oh, wait a second. It's starting to clean up now. Oh, no, with the core buildings there. He just might not have enough time with these ground skellies stolen up the Royal Champion here. Wow.
Wow. Still throwing away that Royal Champion. That's how you want to play her. She's like a maniac, shooting flaming arrows of death, takes down the Town Hall, and even though she can't get the 3-star victory she might have hoped for there, Urek will be proud of his hit, leaving Hama the highest overall destruction percentage that we've seen in a very, very long time, especially considering 3 of their hits were only 2 stars. They still pulled off a 97% destruction average, Carbon.
Wow, absolutely incredible to finish with 97% average destruction. Seeing those high percents, meaning they could have been just this close. The smallest change could have been the triple. Man, Banks, just incredible to witness those 3 stars coming in.
What a remarkable performance from Hammer. Yes, they will be advancing into the next round, and unfortunately, Kapinalaset will be slipping down into